From Nutrien Ag Solutions, I'm Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, May 1st, 2023. Happy first day of May. It's feeling pretty warm if you're living in the west, parts of Alberta feeling some of that mild air making its way in. A little cooler off to the east, but that warm air is going to continue to spread across the region. We're looking at a warm and dry week across the Canadian prairies. The radar is clear this morning, and that's because, again, we've got an area of high pressure parked across the region, an area of low pressure to the west, an area of low pressure to the east. Between that, we've got a ridge of high pressure, quiet conditions across the prairie, all the way down into parts of the, or I should say essentially the entirety of the Central Plains in the United States. Look at the precipitation forecast through the next 4 days. This will take us through Thursday with the NAM model. Again, just a chance for some very light showers, maybe a couple of raindrops here north of Highway 16 as a little front sweeps across the region Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. That's it, though. Here's the total precipitation forecast through Thursday afternoon from the NAM. Again, a very light streak of maybe a few raindrops with that front, again, on Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Dry otherwise across the whole prairie. This is the European on the left, the GFS on the right, precipitation forecast through Saturday morning. So here's your week. The GFS a little bit quicker with bringing the precipitation into parts of western and southern Alberta in the form of isolated, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms as we get into maybe late Thursday and Friday. But by and large, dry over the next 3 to 4 days. If you're in western, southern portions of Alberta, maybe the chance for those showers and storms returning late Thursday into Friday. And then as we look at the next 10 days, this is from the European model. This takes us through May 10th. Your first 10 days of May, we do see the chance for scattered shower and thunderstorm activity to return over the weekend into maybe early next week. We're looking at days 6 through 10, so probably Sunday through Wednesday of next week. We get that chance for some scattered showers and storms. Here's the driver behind that. Again, here's your pattern. That big trough to the west, big ridge overhead, and then the even larger trough, that big area of low pressure across the eastern United States right now, bringing some snow to parts of southern and eastern Ontario today. We put this into motion. We see ridging, high pressure really dominating things over the prairie till we get to the end of the week. And we'll bring it back here. This is the start of the week. This gets us through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This little trough to the south, this is the one that initially brings the chance for some widely scattered shower and thunderstorm activity over the weekend, but the better chance comes early next week with this one. As this trough starts to move ashore, this would give the chance for scattered shower and thunderstorm activity, especially across western parts of the prairie, Alberta, western Saskatchewan as we get into early next week. Again, May 7, 8, 9, 10 is kind of where I'm looking at that chance for, the best chance for scattered shower and storm activity returning to the region. And then as we animate this again, that trough makes its way through, but the models really want to kind of revert back to ridging across Western Canada, across the Pacific Northwest here as we head through the first half of May. So I would lean a bit warmer with temperatures here overall for maybe your first half of the month of May, especially in the west. Kind of the temperature pattern that we've had over the last, 4 or 5 days, I think is really what's going to carry us through the first 10 to 15 days of May. That's warmer west in the prairie, a little bit cooler in the east, though not necessarily, freezing. We're not talking about linking up with any bitterly cold air. Your precipitation forecast, taking a wide look at it. Again, here's the big low to the east, bringing some snow to parts of Ontario. Here's the slightly smaller trough across the western U.S. here early this week. This is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're dry across the prairie. This is when we see that disorganized chance for showers and storms making its way back into the region. Here's we get to the weekend. The GFS, again, a little more aggressive with that Thursday, Friday shower or storm chance. The NAM and the European model holding off on that and keeping things a bit drier until we get into the end of the weekend and early next week. We're all the way into Sunday now, into Monday and Tuesday. And, you might be noting the disorganized look here. We've got a really disorganized pattern. We were able to lean on this strong jet stream and progressive pattern with big storm systems making their way across North America for much of March and the first half of April. But that pattern is no more. We've got this low confidence pattern. So you just kind of blur your eyes, look at it the next 5 days, mild and dry, days 6 through 10, looking at some isolated to scattered shower and storm chances, but no disruptive, significant moisture event showing up right now. We're not talking about a big blizzard. We're not talking about a prolonged period of heavy rain and thunderstorms next week, just bringing that chance for some scattered precipitation back into the region. Your temperatures over the next 10 days, again, looking at the European model, this is the ensemble picture, a sliding 5-day window, actually through the next 15 days, and you can see the mild temperatures holding on. There's going to be some cooler days in there, some shots of cooler air, but by and large, a mild pattern east of the Rockies across the Canadian Prairie. Again, the ensemble picture here will just play the height pattern of the next 15 days. By and large, higher heights across the region here. Again, I've got low confidence in the specifics as we get into probably May 10th through 20th. Mid-May, a little lower confidence there, but pretty much everything holding on to those mild temperatures across the region. So here's what that looks like. Calgary, you're talking mid to maybe upper 20s for your afternoon highs this week. We knock things a little cooler next week, but we're still talking about upper teens, so not cold by any stretch of the imagination. Edmonton, a very similar look, mid to upper 20s for those highs through the end of the week. Friday we're still talking about 25, and then right around 20 degrees next week. Saskatoon, very similar look. Regina, believe it or not, similar look. Winnipeg, a little bit further east, we're talking a little bit cooler, but this is not cold, as I told you. We're still talking about those afternoon highs in the middle to upper teens, if not getting above 20 a couple of times here. Wednesday looks like the best chance here. May 3rd, a high potentially of 21 degrees. So there you have it, a dry, mild week across the prairie. As we move into next week, probably going to be on the mild side with a chance for some isolated to scattered shower and thunderstorm activity.